Hello everyone, I'm Pam Roman.
And I'm Garrett Teague.
In recognition of Black History Month, we're bringing today's show to you from A. Philip Randolph Park. The park is named after Asa Philip Randolph, who was a prominent figure in the civil rights movement in the 1950s and 60s. A little later in the show, we'll hear from Mayor Alvin Brown, who shares his thoughts on the importance of Black history both to him personally and to the city of Jacksonville.
Plus, we have our Nothing But Net segment, taking a look at Jacks Park's youth basketball and at how some local pros are giving back to their community. We'll also take a walk in the park with our favorite parks naturalist, Gene Schubert, as we visit Camp Milton Historic Preserve. But first, let's take a look at this volunteer project where one community landmark got a much-needed makeover. Welcome to Bruce Park, which looks like most parks except for one unique amenity, this red caboose. As you can see, this landmark was in need of some restoration. Thanks to a group of volunteers led by Jacks Parks, the Arlington Rotary Club, and CSX, this park was going to get a brand new look. I caught up with them on a foggy Saturday to find out more about this project from the service director of the Arlington Rotary Club, David Hacker.
This has been here for, I think, since 1954. A lot of the residents around here have grown up going inside of this train. That being said, they also know what it used to look like 20 years ago and knows what it looks like now. It's kind of on the outside corner of Arlington. This is, again, one of the focal points. I mean, not every park in the city has a caboose out here, so it's something that makes the area distinct and something we want to preserve and keep looking top notch.
To do that, David enlisted the help of Mike Montanera, a retired CSX employee well known for his passion for restoring trains. Before I asked him about the project, I had to know, what exactly is a caboose?
For those who don't know, caboose is the end of the train, or at least in the past it was the end of the train. It's where the conductor and the rear brakeman did their duties on the train. Back when trains were shorter, like a half-mile long or whatever, that conductor could look out the window and he could see what was going on with his train. Since trains became 1.5 miles long, no longer a need for cabooses.
All right, good to know. Now, how do we go about restoring a caboose?
Well, the process is going to take more than just today. We came in this past Wednesday and did some patching and made some doors for the caboose, and next we'll scrape and paint, and I'll come back at later dates to do the windows and complete the roof.
Well, Mike was eager to get back to what he does best, restoring trains. So I did what I do best and stood behind the camera while he and other volunteers got to work scraping and more scraping. Finally, a break. I took that time to catch up with Arlington resident Victor Taylor to see why he volunteered to help with this project.
Well, I might not have much to give back financially, but I can always give my time back to the community, because volunteering and taking care of the community and taking pride in the community is what we need. So therefore, you know what I mean, we teach our kids something else and they continue on the legacy of taking care and taking pride and bettering themselves. And there's always room for improvement.
And take a look at all the improvements that this public-private partnership between CSX, the Arlington Rotary Club, and Jacks Parks had on this caboose here at Bruce Park. It even included a new paint job for some of the park's other buildings. You too can make an impact by volunteering in your community. To get involved, go online to jacksparks.com or the City of Jacksonville's Volunteer Services page.
Recently, we caught up with Mayor Brown here at A. Philip Randolph Park, where he shared his thoughts on Black History Month. Let's listen in. So Mayor Brown, what do you think Black history means to the River City?
Well, I think it means a lot to the River City. When I think about A. Philip Randolph, or right here in his park, who was a great labor leader that changed the course of history in our country. When I think about James Weldon Johnson, who was also born here in Jacksonville, and we sing his song all around the world. Right here with Bob Bullet Hayes, who was not only a great track star, but a great NFL player. Jacksonville is rich in history in a very diverse way. Clara White Mission, who would feed the hungry and the poor. And you have a historical black college here, Edward Waters College, the land of the Tigers that's given so much to our community. So it means a lot. History means a lot. And it's not just black history for the black community, but history for the city. Everyone benefits from all of the rich history that we have in this great city.
What black history figure has impacted your life the most, and why?
Well, I think my mother and my grandmother, who are great individuals in their own right, that really empowered me to be the best that I can be and appreciate everything that one could have in America and this country. Dr. Martin Luther King III, Jr. and the Third, and the King family, who really focused on justice for everyone.
And just some final thoughts and maybe a closing statement for the next generation.
Well, I just want young people to know that if you work hard and play by the rules, you can live the American dream. You have to go to school, do a good job, get a good education, go on to college or get a job and get some post-education, get some more training. But you have an opportunity to be all you can be. There are a lot of people who paid the price so that we can really have our freedom. Those who serve in the military, Tuskegee Airmen, all of the Mumford Marines who fought for this country, they all paid a price so that we can enjoy our freedom and do well. And so I always say to people, give it your best, do your best, and be a trailblazer.
Throughout the month of February, the City of Jax and Jax Parks will be posting photos and updates honoring Black History Month, so make sure you stay connected with us. Now let's toss it over to the third member of our team as he slam dunks this next story about Jax Parks youth basketball.
Hi, I'm Jamie Curlew, your co-host for Jax Parks TV. Today, we're at Cuba Hunter to check out Jax Parks Youth Annual Basketball League. It's about that time where football season's starting to end and players are trading in their cleats for their sneakers and they're making their way to the court. Let's go take a look.
The Jax Parks Youth Basketball League is played from January to March and starts with the Jamboree, where players from the ages of 5 to 18 get their first opportunity to compete in a 10-minute quarter game, and coaches have their chance to evaluate their teams. The league maintains 5 divisions, and each team plays 2 games a week at 5 different city locations. Recreational specialist Kevin Coleman mentions that this league welcomes all young people and provides them with the building blocks for success.
I think it teaches them, like you just said, teamwork, being a part of something. You know, like I say, learning the basketball skills at a young age. I think that's the benefit. And also it's for the kids, because our kids in this league cannot play school ball. So I think you come here, these are the chance for the kids, like we say, recreations. We don't want the superstar one. We want kids we can develop at a young age. You know, this is what this league is for. It's basically to teach them to develop their skills at a young age and prepare them for those kind of leagues.
This league wouldn't be possible without volunteer coaches who commit countless hours to teaching players teamwork, dedication, responsibility, and the fundamentals of basketball. That begs the question of why coaches like 14-year volunteer Dale Wilcox chose to help.
What I get out of coaching is I get a good relief, knowing that I've given something back that I didn't have an opportunity when I was a kid. Just a hands-on experience, just to giving them examples and things that they can do better to help them achieve in life. A lot of things that we see is that the kids, when they get out there and they get amongst their friends, that they laugh, they play, they have fun. It's like the cares of the world and worries of the world are gone. They're out there and they're just enjoying life.
And parents can see the impact that the Jax Youth Basketball League has on their kids.
Oh, I think it helped him out a lot. He's playing high school ball now. He played middle school ball, and all from when he started out with the program playing. It developed him fundamentally, helped him at growing up to be a better young man that he is today.
As you just heard, Jax Parks Youth Basketball League creates a safe environment where kids can have fun, compete, build character, and create lifelong friends. For more information about this league and many other leagues that Jax Parks offers, log on to jaxparks.com.
Let's keep the focus on basketball for one more story. We're going to visit some local pros who teach kids to perform at high levels on and off the court. The Jacksonville Giants aren't just stars on the court, they're also stars in the classrooms here at the Legends Community Center in Northwest Jacksonville. That's where the Giants players and other staff work with youngsters in a unique program called Hoops for Dreams. Of course, the kids all get some court action, but the main goal is to help youth understand that success is more than just athletic skills. It's to show youngsters like William Brookus how to be better assets within their communities.
Basically, they come up here because they want to keep kids active in what they do and make sure they stay positive in school and what they do every day.
We started out with teamwork, leadership. Today we did goal setting, and we also really focus on building character here, teaching them like simple things like respect, understanding how to operate in the classroom setting, getting them to realize that it's more to life than just sports.
It gives those kids an opportunity to see professional athletes and them giving back to the community and being great role models and seeing that it's more than just the sport or the physical side of it. It's responsibility, it's education, it's all. So we like to expose them to that type of environment where it can, you know, ignite some form of interest in another field or career as they get older.
This is not the first time the Giants have partnered with Jacks Parks to provide youth programming, but this time the emphasis is more about long-term commitment to both the kids and the neighborhood.
I'm from this side of town, north side, and Hoops for Dreams is a good part to give back to the community first of all, and then to let the kids know that we care about them. Now, me being able to speak to my kids that I used to be, it's good. Teaching them about respect, teaching them about setting goals, let them know they can go to college. I didn't have that when I was coming up. I had a lot of negative coming up, but this is a good positive for them.
To find out how your child can participate in Hoops for Dreams, check out Jacks Parks online at jacksparks.com. Select facilities, then community centers, then Legends Center, or call the facility directly at 255-4050. For Jacks Parks, I'm Pam Roman.
All right, it's that time again to join Parks naturalist Gene Schubert for another installment of A Walk in the Park.
Welcome. I'm Gene Schubert, Parks Naturalist Supervisor with Jacks Parks, and I'm your tour guide for today's Walk in the Park at Camp Milton Historic Preserve. We're located at 1175 Halsema Road North. This park is open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This 378-acre preservation park opened in 2006, but the land has a rich history that goes back more than 140 years to the American Civil War. It's a location where Confederate soldiers built 3 miles of earthworks as a defense against Union forces that occupied Jacksonville at the time. On both sides of the main trail leading into the preserve, you'll see fields of wildflowers. Different colors brighten the fields during different times of the year, but they all attract butterflies and other insects. A special feature here off the main trail to the right is the John Harvey House. It's actually a real house built in the style of the 1880s cracker cabin, very much like what they would have had during the Civil War period. Once you pass the Harvey House, you can't help but notice our climate-controlled education center. It was constructed to house a collection of Civil War items, and more importantly, public, cultural, and environmental education programs, as well as field trip opportunities for students of all ages. Across from the Education Center, come over here and relax in the circular path area with more of the America's forest trees. If trees could talk, what a story they'd tell. You'll find trees here from famous icons like Frederick Douglass, Clara Barton, Booker T. Washington, Robert E. Lee, Lincoln's Tomb, Gettysburg, and more. Once you leave the circular area and America's Forest Trees display, follow this narrow path to the east. You'll be rewarded by this magnificent site of a replica campaign bridge. It's built from the style of construction people used to cross McGirt's Creek and other waterways during the Civil War. There's still more to explore back along the original path. If you follow this boardwalk into the woods, you'll be led to the remains of the original earthworks here at Camp Milton. And remember, keep a keen eye and a quiet voice to spot any of the wildlife that call this place home. Views like this prove that Camp Milton offers more than just a glimpse into the past. It provides visitors with an opportunity to experience and enjoy nature at its best. For now, we're at the end of our tour, but I hope you'll take your own personal tour of this or any of our other many parks. After all, it's as easy as a walk in the park.
Well, that's it for another edition of Jax Parks TV. Thanks for watching. You can catch this episode and others online at jaxparkstv.com. And remember, new shows hit the line the first Thursday of every month.
And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube to let us know what you think of the show and what you want to see in future shows.
So we hope to see you back here next time. And until then, we'll see you in the parks.